Happy Tuesday.
Travel Talk Tuesday. It's here again.
First Tuesday in November.
Oh my gosh, already up to the end
Yeah.
of the year. 2 months left and we'll be 2022.
Yes.
That's crazy that already.
It is crazy. Like we've been just like coasting through the year.
Flying by this year.
The year just put on track star shoes and just
run with it.
How's your week going?
I just have no words for this week. No words for this week. Amazing and crazy at the same time. Trying to get everything done, but everybody will see. I'm not going to talk all about it on the show because that's another show in itself. Combat mom
loses it live at 5.
Live at 5. No, she's not going to lose it. She's got to keep it together because she is combat mom. Y'all see what's going on. We're launching Veterans Day, so
absolutely. My week has actually been very productive. I could say, always stressful, always hard, but I'm not going to do that this week. This week, what I'm going to say is it's productive. Hi, Aurelis. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us.
I didn't see we had chats already. All right. People in the group already. Let's go. Let's get some stuff out there.
Guys, let me tell you, when you subscribe to Stunner Radio on YouTube, you get a reminder. I have a lot of people message me and say, "Oh, I forgot to watch the show." If you subscribe to Stunner Radio on YouTube, it will pop up on your phone whenever there is a show on. So if you forget, definitely subscribe and let that app go to work.
Yep, and then all you got to do is click on it and watch.
Absolutely.
See what's going on. And comment. We love to have the comments so that we know what people are thinking or what questions that they want and all that good stuff. We need the feed. I can't even talk tonight. We need the feedback, not the feedback.
So we definitely want to thank you guys for joining us. We love each and every one of you that support our show, that watch us. And if you're catching us on the replay, please put replay in the comments, like, share, subscribe. Let everybody know about Travel Talk Tuesday.
Absolutely. And put in those comments when you're watching something that might be of interest to you, so that, we can come up with it. There might be an idea we don't think of. I think we're both pretty creative when it comes to ideas for the show. But,
definitely
have a good one that we don't think of.
We want to hear from you guys regardless. We're your voice. So we definitely want to represent you in whatever way we can. So if you have questions, let us know. If there's something you want us to talk about, let us know. We are happy to talk about it. We're going to bring all the shenanigans with it.
Most definitely. A lot of our topics come from experiences that I've had, she's had, her kids had, her customers have had, something that's happened. And we're like, we need to talk about that.
Absolutely.
That's where we get a lot of our, and we'll have somebody will book with somebody and we're like, we need to get them on the show. And
definitely
on the show. We've got some good ones coming up, some big ones coming up.
Yeah, we've got some big ones coming up. Yep. So that leads us to our topic for tonight. We are myth busting.
Myth busting.
It's always
a couple of questions people ask that we can talk about. So, I even learn, I love to research. So give me a reason to research.
Yeah, she loves it. So, and I like it too, because, it's really interesting. You never know what answers you're going to come up with. And sometimes it's really surprising.
Absolutely. I was surprised this week with the answers that I found. So, yeah.
Well, guys, we're going to take a really quick break and we're going to come back and we're going to jump right into busting those myths. Stay there.
This show is sponsored in part by Flat Fee Tax Prep and Services, offering quality tax preparation, serving clients nationwide. For more information, visit www.flatfeecreditandtax.com. And don't forget to mention Stunner Radio sent you.
And we are back, ready to start busting. You got your busters ready?
Got my busters ready.
So you want to tackle the first question?
Okay, so the first question that we received from another person was, they wanted to know what determined or why their all-inclusives were in the Caribbean, why they weren't in the U.S.
That's a good question.
That was a question. And that was an interesting question because I always wondered, but never, I was just grateful that when I went to the Caribbean, I got all inclusive. Yeah, I want all my stuff, but I didn't realize that there was actually a reason why.
So why?
So I, in my infinite research, found two reasons. The first reason was because airfare to exotic or other locations is more expensive than domestic airfare when you're going. I mean, depends on where you're going. I guess if you're going to, Hawaii or Washington is pretty high. But because of that, they wanted to make packages to entice people to come to their area. So they started all-inclusives to get people to leave the country because a lot of people just did their trips domestically. That makes sense.
Definitely does. Because, I mean, it's a big incentive to me.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be the person I don't mind. Some of us don't like to drive, but I do not mind. So I'm good at packing up and driving to wherever to go on my trip. But, so I could do that. But with there being an all-inclusive, no, I just get on a plane and I'll go where I can drink all I want. I can eat all I want. I can swim in the beautiful ocean. So we will do an all-inclusive. So that is an accurate reason, I feel like, a very good reason to do that. Definitely. Another reason is when you go to those locations, you want all-inclusive. Because your people will go out and eat in the area if the food's not included. You're going to eat at the resort if you got to pay at the resort when you can go out and experience the
local cuisine. Right.
So
I had a different answer.
Did you? What was your answer?
My answer was it had to do with the liquor laws.
Okay.
In the United States, and I didn't get a definitive answer, but I definitely didn't get that. But there is an all-inclusive resort in the United States, and it is a true all-inclusive, and it's registered in the Bahamas, not in the United States.
Well, that would explain what the liquor law thing is.
Absolutely.
I thought, because I know it's in Florida, so I thought, things are, with it being so multicultural as far as all the diversity down there with all the islands and everything close to there, that it had something to do with that. But no.
Well, I mean, if that was the case, then that would be us too.
True. Texas too. That is true. And
California.
Yeah.
But it's a complication with the liquor laws. The main question I don't get is not that why there aren't any all-inclusives in America, but the main misconception I get a lot is that people think there are all-inclusives. When they message me or when they ask for travel, I want Vegas and I want it all-inclusive. And I'm sorry, you're not going to get all-inclusive inside the United States. Another big misconception is all-inclusive in Puerto Rico and Hawaii. Big, and Dubai. A lot of people want all-inclusive in Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and Dubai. There is an all-inclusive resort in Dubai now. It opens this month.
Yeah. But internationally, other than the Caribbean, for the most part, you don't get all-inclusives.
Correct. You won't get it in Hawaii. And I had someone argue me up and down and say, oh, I got all-inclusive in Hawaii. No, you purchased a meal plan. And it's a little different. And then today I saw someone ask a question about all-inclusive for Disney.
No, you got to purchase a meal plan at Disney as well.
You have to make a package, out of everything.
Some people, I think, automatically assume that it's a package because their travel professional is so good that they got everything in their trip, and they're thinking that it's all no, it wasn't all included. She was just able to bundle everything for you, and you had no idea that it wasn't all included.
Absolutely. Another misconception that I get is people don't like to use travel agents because we cost too much.
Yeah, I hear that a lot too.
We're free. I'm reasonable.
Anything. It's the suppliers that are paying us, not you.
Exactly. Oh, I found it cheaper on Expedia. What you found on Expedia was not the same thing that I found you. And what's going to happen when you go to the front desk at Expedia, if you have a room, because they do overbook, if you have a room, you will have to pay those charges that they hid from you.
And the resort fees and all that kind of stuff that they didn't tell you about when you booked the room. Well, they do tell you, but it's in small print in the part that you never read.
Absolutely.
I mean, it says it in there, but you just didn't read your entire packet to know. Yeah.
Definitely. So
that was our first question.
That was our first question. I have another one. What is the best type of travel for a solo person? All-inclusive cruise, or should it be done with a group of like-minded people?
That's a personal question. I can answer it from my perspective. I don't know. It could be same, could be different than you. I am not as adventurous as some would be. No, I'm not going to say that. As younger generations would be, probably. I would prefer a cruise, even over an all-inclusive, because I just feel like it's, for myself, I just feel safer.
I don't think that traveling by yourself, whether it's a cruise or all-inclusive or wherever, is just a safe thing to do. People do it, and they are, able to be safe. And, I definitely do kudos to that. But that's
Aurelis, don't even go there. She put LOL. Aurelis, no, Aurelis, we're not talking with the baby boomer tonight.
She's picking on you.
Already, just with an LOL, she's already picking on me. Oh my God.
I don't think that, I'm slightly younger than you, but I don't think that I would do alone, like solo travel either. I went to Atlanta by myself and almost died.
Oh, I don't know. I think now, before I don't think I ever would have, but now I'm actually considering it because she's laughing.
Aurelis is laughing at us again.
Now that we've talked about the Disney thing and the spa thing, I'm thinking, I just might want to do that and spend my trip in the freaking spa. I don't need somebody for that. So
you definitely would do that.
I would. I definitely would do that. A good book, a spa, and a pool, and I'm happy. Give me a hot tub, a spa, and a good book, and I'm good.
Absolutely. And that there's nothing wrong with that, taking a relaxing, soothing getaway. There's nothing.
I'm not saying I would want all my trips to be like that, but I think maybe once a year would take a trip like that just to refresh and, do stuff I don't normally make time to do.
That's a good idea. Second question, bust this myth. Travel agents offer discounts.
Well.
That's a yes and no type of question.
It is.
Because we don't necessarily offer discounts, but we can find them for you.
Or we know how certain suppliers work and things that we can do, like when the best times to travel, you can get better pricing.
Right.
Or if there's like something amazing that comes out, or if you want to become our BFF, like if you want to, we have a cruise like December the 4th. Is it December the 4th? No, it was during Thanksgiving. Whereas a travel agent, we got something amazing that I could have taken you as my buddy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's a different type of situation. If you want to make best friends with us, come sit with us.
Come sit with us. Come sit at our table.
But for the most part, we're able to, and the suppliers email us. They email us incessantly. Like if there's a sale, then they're emailing us and letting us know. So we can definitely find those discounts for you. But we don't necessarily offer them. They're at the supplier's discretion. And sometimes, depending on the supplier, we might are able to pull a few strings, to help you, or to assist you, or to give you extras, or to give you goodies. The thing is, if we're giving you extras or giving you goodies, I don't know about everybody else, but if I'm giving you extras or I'm giving you goodies, I'm not telling you. You'll find out when you get on the ship, or where you are, what your extras are, because I want you to be surprised.
Right. I agree with that. I do that as well. Certain suppliers.
Like I have, some people I have some people cruising out of Miami in January, a decent sized group. I'm not going to say too much about it because it's a secret. But I was able to, Natalie was able to book a vacation for a couple, not a couple, but like two ladies this afternoon. And we booked the same trip for one of the ladies' mom. And when the mom got her trip, it was slightly, not a lot, just slightly higher. One was because the single supplement, but the other was because when she went to the exact same supplier and put in the exact same information, there's a promo code now, and it automatically attached itself to her booking. So the daughter and her friend got a slightly lower price than the mom. But the daughter told me when she first looked me up that the other agent that looked up the trip for her told her $1,400 for the exact same thing. So I don't know why. And she booked with the same supplier that I did. But she's with a different agency. And I think it's, there's different.
Yeah, you get different ratings or different missions or different things based on your experience, based on your agency's rating,
based on your reputation, your history, all of that good stuff. So I mean, and I don't know why that it was that much of a difference. It was literally the exact same thing. She screenshot it and showed it to me. So I don't know, but I was just glad that she was able to get, the other agent quoted her $1,400, but my daughter quoted her $1,193. So she was like super happy. She's like, take my money.
Take my money now.
Like, take it now.
Before you change your mind.
But in that same situation was one of the ladies on the reservation does not have her passport yet. Now, had she provided that information prior to booking, I would have advised Natalie not to book it, because with the passport situation being what it is, there's no such thing as expedited. Some people say, I can expedite my passport. No.
You used to be able to do that.
Definitely.
Not anymore.
I mean, and they will take your money for it.
No, you can say you're going to get it expedited and pay the additional fee and get yours at the same time as
everybody else. It's 18 to 20 weeks. That is the time. And they are unapologetic about it. And then you're going to call them and they're going to say, oh, well, if you show me itinerary with flight tickets and everything like that, then you can go to the in-person. Good luck. There are no appointments in person. There are no in-person appointments. Your best bet would be to call your congressperson and see if they assist you. Because I have heard in some other states that they do not assist.
But even if you get an in-person person, they're still going to send it off to get.
No, they'll print it.
They don't?
They'll print it.
Oh, they can print it right there.
Yes.
Oh.
But there's no in-person appointments. When I tried to go through this with my mother-in-law, I looked all the way to New Hampshire. No in-person appointments at all. So, guys, don't book your travel until you have your passport in your hand.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I just made a change to my passport, a name change, and my passport wasn't set to expire until 2025, and it still took me a month and a half to get mine back. And that's with no changes, not getting a new one. Just the only change was my name, nothing else, and it still took that long. So yeah, don't think you're getting a new passport in a month. I know, like you used to be able to. I remember when I got my first one. I had my first one. It was like 2 or 3 weeks. I had my first one.
Yeah, it didn't take Alan that long. It took him about a month to get his, but I mean, like literally right after that,
nope.
Went downhill. And it went crazy. No, actually, Natalie, it took her she got hers in about 6 weeks, and it was expedited. She had a book and a card. And right after that, literally right after that, because his mom went 2 weeks before Natalie, and she still didn't, we still had to call Sheila Jackson Lee for her, and she still didn't get it expedited like that. It was crazy. The whole situation is crazy. And it's just, there's just a delay. There's just a delay.
The moral of the story, do not book an international trip unless you have a passport in your hand. In your hand. Because you cannot predict. It's the government, people. Come on.
So I don't know if I want to touch this myth or not. But I've been seeing it. Me too. And I can't bust it, so I don't know. What I've been seeing is that the whole pilots are walking out, and in some airports, the security's going on strike.
What?
Yeah, Denver airport. However, they were supposed to go on strike, I believe today or tomorrow. However, they reached an agreement very rapidly.
But you know what? Don't you think this is the perfect time if you were already not having the benefits or not having things the way that you wanted them with the company that you worked for? This is the perfect time to do something like that, because what options do they have? I mean, they've already booked all of these people. They've already booked these flights. So what else are they going to do? It's not like they have an extended amount of pilots out there anymore.
American canceled over 1,500 flights last week.
Goodness.
Yeah. And we're flying American 24 days.
How is it that every time you go on a trip, it's always with the airline that's having trouble?
Exactly.
Spirit, when they canceled, and this time, girl?
The thing is, American has been having issues for quite a while. They've been short-staffed for a while, almost a year. They've been short-staffed. So had I booked this trip, I would not have booked on American. And I don't have anything against American. I've never had a bad American flight, but the fact is that they're short-staffed. It is my understanding that the problem that is being fixed and is being rectified. So I'm going to watch for the next 2 weeks, but please understand that I do have travel protection.
Okay.
So I am watching.
Let your employer know. There's a possibility when you coming back this time.
And this time I didn't take extra days.
So if your flight is canceled and you're stuck wherever you are, you won't be back for work the next.
I'm less concerned about being stuck there than I am about not going.
Well,
I'm more concerned about not being able to go than not being able to come home.
Why would you not be able to go?
Flight getting canceled.
Oh, yeah. Well, they have to let you. Well, I mean, I said they eventually have to let you back in. But
yeah. So
does that affect you coming? Well, it doesn't affect you. Is Alan vaccinated?
yes.
Oh, that's right. He got vaccinated with us, didn't he?
Yes. We all got vaccinated together.
That was my other question, because you are leaving the country with the new international changes that will take effect next week.
Our resort does offer complimentary on-site COVID testing. That is always something that I look at, especially even when I'm booking my clients, because I don't want them to have to pay to be COVID tested.
Well, I have to go into some. I mean, if they don't have it on site, then you may have to go into the neighboring town or somewhere. No, we don't want to do that. Have to do that for testing.
Definitely don't want to do that. Don't want to do that.
That's a good thing. That's a good thing to look at that. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I also try to make sure it's complimentary, because I've seen where it can be like $40 to $80 to $200.
Well, and that's going to be a cash transaction, because insurance internationally. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning tonight. It was a long day. I worked so hard.
Oh,
but internationally, your insurance wouldn't work.
Nope, it wouldn't. So it would definitely be a cash.
It would be insurance you would have to cover if it wasn't complimentary.
Exactly.
That's a good thing to make sure that you have before you travel.
Exactly. So I have another thing that people commonly say to me. I don't need travel protection. All the companies, they forgive you because of COVID. They refund. Because
you're gonna take that chance? No. So when they don't forgive you, and when there's a strike, or when there's nobody where you can't fly, are you just gonna move to the new country that you're personally in? Because if you don't bring money to cover, or don't have the money to cover a new flight, what are you going to do?
Buenos dias para llegar.
That is personally something that will never happen with this girl. I have yet to go on a vacation that was included with airfare. I've driven that I did not have travel protection for.
Well, that's correct, and I will not do that either. I won't.
I've gone to. I have travel protection. I am not the girl that's going to take that.
And I'm so glad that I did, because of what happened last time. Yep. I'm so glad that even though they're just now paying the claim, I'm still, at least I am getting reimbursed, because there's so many people that just would have been out of that money. And I
would have still been in Mexico. No.
I was confident in paying the money, knowing that I would be reimbursed, but so many people would have not, been reimbursed that money for that.
Right.
So it's definitely important there. And they are not refunding. You didn't hear me. They are not refunding because of COVID. Another big misconception I'm being hit with right now. If you are cruising or want to cruise and you are not vaccinated and you cancel because you don't want to be vaccinated, you will not be refunded.
No, absolutely will not, because it says in if you read any of the documentation, all of it says that it is required to vaccinate. And if you come to the cruise port thinking that they're going to make an exception and give you your money back, bye.
Well, even if you want to cancel, just because
no, because they told you ahead of time that you had to be vaccinated. So you just gave the cruise line an entire cruise, and you're getting nothing back.
They may give you a future cruise credit.
I don't think so. I don't think you're getting that. Now, if you was and let me say this nicely, you can be all kind of fool you want, but remember,
that's nice.
No, remember, just like you can go on a no-fly list, you can also go on a no-cruise list.
Absolutely. That is.
So you don't want to be on the naughty list with Carnival, because you will never cruise with Carnival again.
And do you know how many lines Carnival owns?
Yeah,
Did you know that Carnival owns
have
Princess?
Carnival. They have Princess. Yeah, people don't really realize that the Carnival Corporation owns multiple lines.
Correct. They own Princess. They are partnered like with Royal Caribbean, and a lot of people didn't know that. They think they're competitors. No, they're almost sisters.
Well, Royal Caribbean has, others as well. That
Asmar, Celebrity.
There. So, once they may have different. It's basically different. I don't know what word I want to use. Its price point is really what it's about, but they call it something else. But it's like your luxury traveler versus your party traveler, or whatever.
Correct.
So
Royal Caribbean is a subsidiary of Carnival. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yes. So you guys don't want to be on a no cruise list.
You don't want to be on a no cruise list.
I had a person ask me.
People really actually realize that you can be on a list like that. But I'm not on the list. But I personally know somebody who is.
And are you serious?
Yes, I do.
Who do you
associate? That's a long story, and that can't be a Facebook story.
What kind of people do you associate with?
No. They are not friends of mine. I will tell you that. I can't tell you.
And let me tell you something else. They know who you are when you're on that ship. So don't think that you can sneak by. Okay.
Yeah, there's cameras like every 3 feet. I mean, y'all, you can't. If you think you can squat somewhere and they don't know, you were wrong.
They know. And let me tell you, when we went on Next Gen on the Allure of the Seas, when we were doing muster, there was people that were still on the ship that were saying goodbye to their loved ones or whatever, and there was one person that just was still on the ship, and they were saying his name out loud. They're saying, Eduardo Gonzalez, you cannot stay. You did not pay, so you cannot stay. It was so funny, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're saying his whole name, but they know who you are. They know you're not off their ship.
Even when you go on excursions, they know if you're there or if you're not. Because if you don't make it back to the port, they're going to put your bags on the dock for you.
Absolutely.
I've seen that too. On my first cruise, I've seen that.
Arelis thinks that we're just super funny tonight.
We're funny today. Everything is LOL.
And so another myth is that they won't put you off their ship for not wearing a mask.
Yeah, they'll do all of that stuff.
Did you see the lady who got put off the Royal Caribbean for not wearing a mask?
I did not.
I shared her post. She was cursing all over Facebook. Royal Caribbean just put me off their blank ship. And everybody was asking her, why? And she was like, I didn't know I had to wear a mask. Fam.
How do you not know you don't have to wear a mask?
She said that she didn't have a signal when she received the email that told her that.
I don't believe that, because you can't tell me that they told you that same day. They didn't tell her that same day. She gets
on the ship and has the mask on, and she said that she took it down when she was in the elevator with only her and her son, and they caught her on camera and put her off.
Okay.
I'm not necessarily certain that that's exactly what happened.
I don't believe that.
But they are serious about you wearing your mask in public places, not just on Royal Caribbean or Carnival, but on the airlines. I have heard.
Yeah, I've heard of it on the airlines, but I hadn't heard of it on a cruise line.
I've heard flight attendants say that they've turned flights around
and flown back. I've heard that as well.
And you instantly go on a no-fly list. And they have made it to where it's not like when one airline does it, they tell the others.
They share the love.
Yes, they share the love. So,
persona
non grata everywhere.
Yeah, now is not a time that you want to be out of character, I guess I should say. Now, for some people, that might not be out of character.
Sometimes you might not want to be a character.
Yeah, it's not a good time to throw fits about things like that, especially silly things like that you already know. I mean, you have to show your COVID card when you book a cruise. You have to send in your documentation. prior to, I want to say it's 2 or 3 months when I can't remember the exact, if it's 90 days, I can't remember the exact amount of time, but it's plenty ahead of time for you to know that there are rules that you have to follow. So don't go up to the cruise line, oh, I forgot.
Right. And one of my cruisers, they're cruising on Monday, and they asked me a few months ago if their cabin mate could just present a negative COVID test. No, they have to be vaccinated. Now you have to be vaccinated and have a negative COVID test. So no. So there's no exceptions being made. There's no strings being pulled, you know. You have to do that.
People just don't get it.
Guys, I could go all day. Like I hear the most bizarre things sometimes.
We hear everything you can think of based on, because I mean, I've been asked some questions where I just have to look at them and I want to say, did you really just ask me that? But I'll be nice and say, politely answer the question. In the back of my head, I'm like, oh my, really? I mean, were you been living in a cave for the last 2 years or what?
I had someone tell me that they were catching a flight at 7:30 a.m. and they said that they were going to be at the airport at 6:30, and I was like, no.
Why would you do that?
No. And they were like, well, 6? No. You need to be there 2 hours prior. You don't know what is going on. Another big myth is that when you're going international that you don't want a long layover. Yes, you do. You don't know what is going on with their customs.
Well, yes, you don't know what the customs are going to be, and you don't know, especially now, COVID time, whether the next flight is going to be on time, cancel, or I mean, like some of the stories when we had the flight attendant, if your flight is at a certain time and somebody has to go off shift, then they have to have that time to bring the new shift on. I'm not taking that.
I wouldn't say just like a super long layover, like 5 hours.
Oh, no.
But I mean, 2 hours. 2 hours is a decent, 2 or 3 hours is a decent layover time, especially for international, to get yourself through customs, because if there could be a long line, there could be short staffed, you never know. So a lot of people that, I don't want that long layover. If it's international, yes, you do. You want to be.
And another thing is, I never have done that, even pre-COVID, because you have no idea. This happened to me once, long time ago when I was going to DC with my son. You know where one gate is compared to another at a different airport. So you could land at one end and have to go to the other end. So if you have to get, depending on whether, it's a straight where your bag automatically goes, or if you have to get your bag, that just depends on what airline you're doing or whatever. But you do not want to take that chance of having to, this girl is not going to run across the airport. I might hurt somebody. That's not going to happen.
You don't want to you don't want to run across the airport?
No, I could hurt somebody. No. 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 So I'm going to make sure there's plenty of time between my flights. I don't mind waiting a little while, because I'm a people watcher anyway. I love to sit and watch what crazy things people are going to do. So that doesn't bother me. So no, there's going to be time in between mine if I do that.
So we're going to take a really super quick commercial break, and we will be right back. So, you authors out there.
I know. I keep, every time I see them flash, I'm thinking, I want to read that one. So.
No, definitely. So all you authors out there, promote your book on Stunner Radio. We love authors. So we love to pamper you and talk to you about your book. Do you have any more myths?
Those are all the myths that I had. We didn't have a lot of people give us a lot of questions. I mean, I felt like that was a good number of myths.
It definitely. I mean, we've already talked about the flight plug and how there's no such thing, that myth.
Right. So that was a big myth because I still get that one. Even from family, I still get that one that, let me call a travel agent. They can get me a deal on flights. No, ma'am. Can't help you there.
That, I mean, we would love to try, and we would love to. We would love to.
I would love to do that if I could.
Absolutely.
I can't even get that for myself. So why? How am I going to get it for you? I mean, there are certain things that we can do with, certain suppliers at some time. And what some people don't realize is some suppliers do give us, by doing their trainings and doing their stuff, they give us some perks, but it's stuff that is in our name only.
Right. And another one that I get about plugs is Disney. Dude, Disney is straight across the board. They are just like airlines.
Disney doesn't play. They don't even play with us.
No, they do not.
They do not play well in the sandbox. Even with us travel agents, we have a strict guideline with Disney. Do not. If you notice, you don't see Lysa and I, or any agents that we know, post any kind of anything with a Disney character or any. No,
you don't mess with the mouse.
Copyrighted. Oh heck no.
Nope.
You see me do that. Now it'll be Disney something with me in it, but that's my own personal Disney.
Yeah.
But no.
Don't mess with the mouse.
No, they
mouse mess back.
Billions of dollars. I don't think I can compete with them. So no. Besides, I don't want them to take my travel agent privileges away.
Right.
I'd have to try. They could fire me.
I have a really big myth, and it's still going around a little bit, that you have to be vaccinated to travel. You do not. You don't have to be vaccinated to fly anywhere in the United States. You just got to be vaccinated to come back. Oh, you don't have to be vaccinated to come back. You have to have a COVID test in 1 day to come back if you are unvaccinated. If you are vaccinated, you have to have the COVID test within 3 days. So you do not have to be vaccinated to travel. You do not have to be vaccinated to fly. No, you don't. And here's a huge, ginormous myth. And I'm about to step on somebody's toes. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Ginormous myth. Travel shut down. It did not. It will not. Ever in life. Never did you go into an empty airport. Never will you go into an empty airport. Travel never stopped. People got in their heads and they got scared. So they didn't go. Less people went. Some people were still going. I still booked a lot of travel. And thanks to you guys that were scary, I booked some of y'all stuff too. Thank you. I definitely thank you for that. But it never stopped, guys, and it never will. A pandemic or any of that doesn't stop anyone. It doesn't stop a CEO from having to go to a meeting. It doesn't stop, people that think they're invincible from going to Cancun, during Snowvid. It doesn't stop anything. So, guys, loosen up your mind a little bit. Don't think that anything ever stopped, because it definitely did not. Arelis is just a little giggle box tonight.
She is.
It's LOL and everything. How
many LOLs do we have in here from Arelis?
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 LOLs. Like she's gonna say LOL.
Probably.
So guys, just loosen up your mind a little bit. But I just while I was saying that, I just had another myth come to me. No. Another myth. Well, not necessarily a myth. Well, it's a myth. I have a lot of people who don't want to book Jamaica because it's a level 4 travel advisory.
Aren't most of them a level 4?
We are a level 4 where you live in the United States. is a level 4 travel advisory. So guys, don't let that discourage you. And I don't know if anybody knew that. I don't know if everybody knew that we're a level 4. At one point we were a level 5, and I was not aware that there was a 5. But until we were it.
A lot of people said that we were worse off at spreading than anybody else.
We're like Germany. Like, that's why they don't like to let us touch anything. They don't close their borders to us. But it's not because we're gross or disgusting or anything like that. It's just because we have more free will. More people that are open-minded and free-minded, and that you can't tell them what to do. And that's
we're not as well known for being rule followers,
right,
in other places,
right. And then Texas, forget about it.
Definitely, Texas does not follow the norm. They are the I can't think of the word I want to say, but we're the
rebels. We're the rebels. We're the hardheads. We're the ones that are.
We're the first ones to cut in line. We're the first ones to say we are more important. Texas thinks.
Absolutely. And at any time that there's a rule, we're going to break it.
Yep.
Because we can. That's it. So don't let that, discourage you from traveling to somewhere where it's a level 4. We are, guys. And I don't know if you guys knew that, but we are a level 4 travel advisory. So don't let that deter you from going out there and getting your Jamaica on, man. Don't let that stop you from going out there and doing a slow wind with some Jamaica. Okay, get you some curry and some oxtails and some chickpeas and some.
Make sure you hit up Duke Brown while you're there. Tell them that Lysa and Melissa said hey.
Definitely. Make sure you hit up Duke Brown. He can tell you what them good oxtails are.
You need to find us a new hookup for Dominican while you're there.
Well, you know what? You're right. And I will do. Look, Aurelis is LOLing us again. We're funny tonight.
We need a Dominican Duke Brown so that we have our. We need a Dominican for the show. Oh, you're going to go live for the Dominican.
I am.
I'm trying to think. When you're there, where I'm going to be. Are you going to be there on a Tuesday? On a Tuesday?
I believe I will, because I'm there from the 26th through the 1st. So what is the 1st?
I think. Hold on.
Yeah, the first is a Wednesday, so I will be there on Tuesday the 30th.
Why am I thinking? Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The 30th. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I go back to work on Monday, the 29th, and so you're still gonna be there.
Yep. We're going to just bypass each other. You're going to be gone a week, and I'm going to be gone.
You're going by. Yeah, because I'm going to be gone. Well, yeah, I'll be gone for a little over a week because I'm going to Saturday and I'll be back.
In misery.
It's not misery. Stop talking about my fam like that. That is my home. Born and bred. So don't talk about my family.
Born and bred.
Born and bred.
That's misery talk.
In Missouri. Okay, my Missouri peeps, come on, don't let her talk to me like this about my hometown. I got family back there.
If it's warm, then it's not misery, but
no, it's not going to be warm. Well,
it's that cold.
It'll be a little chilly this time. It won't be as chilly as the last time when I went back. Shoot, I went back at Christmas and had to take a coat last year.
A coat? I don't own a coat.
Mine stays in the closet. Only time it comes out is when I go to Missouri.
Exactly.
Missouri.
Exactly.
I'm not used to the cold anymore. I used to be the snow angel and queen.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Snow angel and snow ice cream queen. I can make a mean snow ice cream.
My mom made us snow ice cream 2 times it snowed when I was a child.
Well, that was a yearly thing for us.
Yeah, no, it barely that happens here.
We won't get any snow this time because we're going in November, so it'll be all right.
I run away from the cold temperatures. If you notice, I'm going to Punta Cana, and I have 2 new swimsuits too, because I'm gonna be swimming in the pretty water. Because I'm not gonna be out here in the cold.
Well, I've got my plans, getting together for my birthday. I haven't decided which way I'm going this year. So
You're wearing snow boots, though.
No, I'm not.
Oh, no. That's May. That's May.
My birthday's in May.
I thought you were going to Ireland.
Well, that was the original plan, but I don't know if I don't know. It's between, and it's not Ireland. It was Scotland. Scotland, Dubai. I haven't decided because those trips in Dubai.
Oh, dashing in Dubai.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about dashing in Dubai.
That's a good thought. I might follow you on that thought. We're gonna think about it. We're gonna see. So y'all stay tuned for if we're gonna be dashing in Dubai, if she's gonna be in misery, or if she's
gonna be in misery for my birthday. I have to have one warm trip a year.
You gotta have one warm one a year.
Well, yeah, I only go home to Missouri for a special occasion, like a holiday or a birthday. So, yeah, last year was my birthday. This year it's Thanksgiving. So, well, actually, it was the same year, but
Yeah, you're going to Missouri a lot this year.
Well, yeah, I'm telling you, my fam keeps trying to get me to move back, but that's not happening.
Not. Sorry, y'all.
No, I couldn't live the cold. I could visit the cold, but I couldn't live the cold.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like a way of life. Like when you move to Texas, it's just different. It's just different.
Well, yeah, because when you move from Missouri to Texas, you go through that withdrawal. Like I remember coming out, I moved on May 26th. I remember going outside the next couple of days and saying, I think I just moved to hell. That's what I thought.
Yeah, because May is Hades.
Yeah, I'm like, so it took me a while to acclimate to now that I'm used to the really, really hot climate in the summertime, going to the really cold, it's like it cuts through your body. I've done that a couple of times when I've gone back. Everybody else wore my coat this year. Jacob's like, Mom, I need to borrow your coat. I'm like, no, it's mine.
I don't own a coat.
I didn't have one until, because I hadn't gone back since the last year. I hadn't been back since my mom passed away. So this last year that I've gone twice, I had to buy one. So I didn't have one since I moved here, because I've been here 15 years. I can't believe I've been here 15 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. So that makes you, that's a big change. That's a long time for, to develop a habit. So yeah, I understand. So y'all were keeping her. So
I'm staying. I'm not leaving Texas.
Can you believe it's already been 53 minutes?
It goes by so fast when we
it does.
About the love of travel.
I know. I love it. I love it. So guys, definitely stay tuned for what we have going on. There's
always something.
Talk about it is. It is always something. Stay tuned for what we're going to talk about next week. Stay tuned. Like, share, subscribe to Stunner Radio. If you're watching on the replay, comment replay so we know you're watching on the replay. Guys, we love all the support. We love all the love. Thank you so much. Definitely want to send a huge shout out to all of our supporters and a big shout out to our general manager and owner, Lysa Dene, for making Stunner what it is. Big shout out, lady.
Absolutely. We love it. Did you see Aurella's comment?
Aurelia says this was informative and funny. I loved it. Well, that's what you get out of us.
Yep, that's
usually what you get out of us. We come with all the genetics.
We have to say, when I'm in Missouri, I will be live in Missouri.
Okay, cool.
So you all get to see how actually cold it is.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that. So stay tuned, guys, and we will see you next week on Travel Talk Tuesday.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.